Okay, now come on, buddy. It was just one game. You know, they've been doing really good. They've been really hot. Would you like a candy cane? I don't want a candy cane. I just want a Toronto Maple Leafs team that doesn't play like the Toronto Maple Leafs. So screw your candy cane, screw the Leafs, screw the hot streak, screw everything. Screw that stupid intro too. Leafs lose 4-1 to the Carolina Hurricanes. All right, we're here. We're making a video. Let's do it. What should we talk about? What would you like me to talk about? Should we talk about how they had a horrible start again? Should we talk about we called that the Leafs would lose to the Carolina Hurricanes because the Hurricanes are in last place and these are exactly the types of games that the Leafs lose again? Should we talk about how when the Leafs play defense they look like a dog trying to sniff its own ass again? No. That would be way too negative and that would be me being negative again. So I tell you what, here's what we do. Let's give the Leafs the benefit of the doubt because they went on a hot streak again. Let's talk about, oh, Leafs fans are so pessimistic again. Why do you think that Leafs fans en masse thought that the Leafs were going to lose this game to the Hurricanes, huh? Is it because you think we're all crazy? Well, I got news for you. We are crazy. And it's the Leafs that made us this way. The Leafs won 10 of their last 12 and we knew they were going to lose this game. If the Leafs hadn't lost the game all season long, I would have called them losing this game. Oh, you got to give them credit though for the streak. No, the hell I don't. If the Leafs go to the bank of goodwill with me, it's going to come up insufficient funds. Because every time I give them a loan, they never pay it back. The Leafs have bad credit, so they are no longer allowed to take out loans at the bank of my goodwill. And you know what? I've had so many people in the comments, especially over the last maybe 2 or 3 videos. Steve, aren't you going to mention that the Leafs are like, oh, only like 3 points out of first place in the Eastern Conference? No, I'm not. And you know why I didn't bring that up? Because I knew a game like this was coming. Well, then why wouldn't you say it? You would look really smart. No, I wouldn't. It doesn't take a genius to tell you that the Leafs are going to lose a game that they should win. I didn't mention that as a favor to you because some of you aren't as bitter as this yet. And I didn't want to lie to you, but I also didn't want to ruin your good time. Being a Leafs fan for as long as I have been, here's how I feel. Being a Leafs fan is winning 10 of your last 12 games and then coming into a game against the last place team in the league and feeling like the underdog. And as I learned a couple years ago, being a Leafs fan is never feeling safe with a 3-goal lead in the third. Oh, come on, Steve, can't you just get over that? I want to be over it. Don't you think if I could be over it already, I would be? I would never mention the Leafs and another word that I can't say, but it involves 16 teams in 4 rounds in the same sentence until it is confirmed. Even if the Leafs were first place in the entire NHL in February, I would still be like, yeah, but there's 2 months left. But the torture, the absolute torture, is the game that preceded this was the Leafs beating the Ducks. If it was possible, if it was actually physically possible, if cloning and time travel was possible, the Leafs would beat the 80s Oilers and lose to the 70s Capitals. Come on, Steve, why don't you actually analyze the game instead of going on this crazy rant? Don't you get it? There is no analysis when it comes to the Toronto Maple Leafs. There was only voodoo, wizardry, and bullshit. Fine, you want analysis? Fine. What was it, the first goal, the second goal? What the hell was Gardner doing? There's another example of the Goodwill Bank going broke. How many times did I vouch for this guy? And then you got Aaron Ward in the intermission segment going, you know what Gardner does too much? And I'm like, what does he do too much, Aaron? And they had a highlight pack of him waving at the puck like this. What the actual hell? And he goes, I don't know, someone's got to take him aside. The coach, one of his teammates, someone in the organization. You know who should explain that that's unacceptable to Jake Gardner? Whoever his defensive partner is on the Toronto Marlies next week. I'm getting mad at Gardner because it would almost be acceptable if he were a bum. He's not. He's amazingly skilled. Or stupid. He's not. He thinks the game beautifully. So what are you doing? Franzen! Oh my god! Make no mistake, everyone dumps on Cody Franzen too much, okay? I'll calm down just for this. The Leafs need to re-sign him. I would love him to stay at Toronto Maple Leafs. But the penalty on Kirby! Your team's down a goal, you got a power play against the last place team in the league. How many times have I said that in this video? You are 6-foot Himalayas mountain giant and you run over the smallest player in the National Hockey League when your team has a power play! Get a clue! This whole hot streak. Hey, nobody asked how you win them. Unless it's the deciding game of the Stanley Cup Final, you probably should. I'm sorry, this is too shouting of a video. It's too yelly. Manic. How many more years can I take this? How many more years can my heart, my mind? Come this time next year, I'll just be shooting videos like, all videos and no cup make Steve a dull boy. All videos and no cup make Steve a dull boy. Leafs, darling, light of my life. And you know what though? After this loss, after this 4-1 loss to the last place team in the National Hockey League, the Leafs will probably win 3, maybe even 4 of the next 5. And you'll all be like, oh Steve, remember that rant about the Hurricanes? What was that all for? And I'll be like, haha, you're right. I sure do feel silly. I'm gonna go get a beer.